45 months of...
Hey, all right, welcome to the Tuesday show. It's a whole gaggle of folks today.
Oh, geez, what is going on at the bottom down there? I screwed up. Let's see.
Wow, that's a whole bunch of HTML. Anyway, I'm Ultra David.
I'm Sajam.
TheCoolKid 93.
Tasty Steve.
James Chen. How's everybody going?
All right, that took a while.
And I have the names.
There's a lot of people.
God.
Hey, all right, you fixed your coding down there.
Except that the order is wrong because people changed chairs in the last second.
Oh, we're making it tough on you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about these various tournaments that happened up here. UFA, WCW. Those are nice names. I like those. Those actually worked out really well for them.
Yeah.
And then the ELEAGUE.
Not so much.
The E-League.
I like calling it the ELEAGUE.
The league.
The League. That actually
League.
makes a lot of sense.
E-League.
E-League.
The E-League.
E-League. And then we're going to talk about the Midwest FGC. Of course, we have a member of that here, but we also have another member of the Midwest FGC.
Oh yeah, that's me.
You are from there, it turns out.
I just came back from St. Louis actually.
Yeah,
now
we were
that
just
That's
there.
right.
now that you say that,
There you
yeah.
go. So we just want to chat a little bit about that stuff. We're going to go over the NCR pools for Street Fighter because they are wild.
That's coming up this weekend.
It is literally the Wild West out there.
It is crazy times. And there's other news going on. Something about Injustice Gear System. There's some character stuff.
What time is his
various
flight?
other things.
11:45.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm on leave at 10.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you got a little
Alright.
while.
Okay.
We're gonna-
Well, we gotta set you up though.
Yes, for a
Don't
little
you?
while
You
here.
still gotta get the Uber and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
I don't
got
think
it.
he has one. So
Yeah.
we gotta remember that.
We'll
too.
figure that out.
Yeah,
He's like,
no
I
problem.
can't talk right now. I'm busy eating.
Yeah,
And
you
then
gotta
I
eat
eat
right
it.
now.
all day.
You
Oh,
ate the burger already?
Yeah.
I'll keep
Brett.
talking to him.
So there
That's
you
what I'm
so
talking
he
about.
knows.
So,
he knows. He
This
understands.
is your
He-
first time at In-N-Out, is that correct?
Yeah.
What's the verdict?
The burger's good. It's real good.
Okay. All right. Comparatively,
No,
comparatively,
no.
we're gonna go a level deeper.
Oh!
We're gonna go a level deeper. You had 5 guys, right? No?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
When I was
We're gonna
saying,
revisit this later. We're gonna
Nice escape. Nice escape.
what about what's the Midwest one? Or Texas or something? Whataburger?
Burger.
Only kind of burgers I had is like
I've never had
from
Whataburger.
like Burger King places like
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Well, I
I
will say this though: the fries, very much an acquired thing. You do have to
Yeah.
eat them a couple of times, and after a while, you're like, "Wait a minute, these fries are godlike."
No,
They're the
delicious.
best fries.
Wait, Evan?
They're very different.
I feel like
Chicago
In-N-Out fries
fries
are the
are
best fries.
You are crazy.
I ordered
You're like a
2
curly fry
fries.
guy, aren't you?
I'm a curly fry, kind of like the seasoned fry guy.
Yeah, you are.
That's
So
a different
like
beast.
rallies,
Yeah,
like
Rally's fries.
five guys fries isn't amazing. Five guys fries isn't amazing.
They're
Nah,
alright.
That's okay.
they're soggy.
They're
dude.
good.
They're you can
Every
get
time-
extra crispy
Every time I've
fries.
eaten them, there's
Soggy?
been soggy. I need to get them crispy.
I mean,
That's
I've had
what-
them.
I think
good,
you're just
but
drooling
it's-
over them.
They're not always soggy,
I think
but they're
McDonald's
like
fries.
peanutty. They're
A
fried
lot of
in
people
peanut
say
oil.
McDonald's fries are top tier. Yeah, I haven't been there in a long
They
time.
I
gotta be
like
hot
potatoes.
after the
I want potatoes
Look,
in
for-
my French
for-
fries.
for
yeah,
potato-
boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
for
Potatoes.
potato dust, McDonald's fries aren't too bad, right?
Thank you.
So
Those
there
are not
you
real. That's not
Yeah,
even the
manufactured.
same. No.
go. Oh man.
Anyway, I ordered 2 fries at In-N-Out tonight. That was my order,
Good choice.
and that is frequently my order when I go there.
Is
All
it
right.
always that crowded?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Was the line ridiculous? Or
And the other crazy thing,
Yeah.
and the other reason, and this is just like a
Got a
personal
good hair
thing.
day going over there, say Jam. I see you.
You know?
When does he not have a good hair
I'm just
day?
saying.
Were you there when Rip? Oh man, we were walking back from Sugar Fire, and Rip was checking himself out in the mirror, like always. He's always doing that, right?
Always looking at himself.
I said, you know, as somebody who likes his hair a lot, you look at yourself in the mirror way more than me, right? And he said, "Listen, asshole." That's how he started. Your hair looks perfect all the time. So you don't even need to check. And I was like, "You got me."
Y'all believe? Look, if you
What do
had
I say
said
to
"listen,
that?
asshole" first, I would not. If I would have just
You
thrown
wouldn't
that
have
out.
known it was Rip,
I wouldn't have
yeah.
known it was Rip.
You would have been like, "Listen, asshole," and
Yeah.
you'd be like, "You mother."
That's exactly how Rip talks. If you've ever driven with him, his road rage is the funniest because he calls everybody a bitch no matter what.
What a jerk. What
It's
a
great.
jerk.
Yeah, but never mind. In-N-Out is past. All right, let's
All
move
right,
on.
In-N-Out's over.
All
Let's
right.
talk about some results. We got UFA up there at the very start, so do you want
Yes.
to get to that one right off the bat?
Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do the results view because then CoolKid will be split in half.
No
so I
need.
think we won't bother
Yeah,
doing
this
that.
is
so
fun.
Yeah,
let's
we'll
do
just
it
talk about what
regular.
happened. So Ultimate Fighting Arena over in France was a Capcom Pro Tour Premier
Yeah.
Premier event.
event, which means that it got folks from Europe and from North America and from East Asia and from the Middle East and basically everywhere.
Was there guys in Europe? If you look at the results.
Well, okay.
Damn.
Sure?
All I'm going to say is, the one thing that I want to say is shout outs to finally North American players traveling up more often to Europe events because they have just not been going at all.
Yeah.
And at this event, we had, what, like 3 or 4 of them, I think, out there, right? Yeah. But as Sejai mentioned,
Let's
I'm
talk
looking
about
for
those
European
results.
players.
yeah, I know, right? Well, let's start with 9 through 16 so we can name some European
Good
players,
idea,
okay?
yeah. Let's start out of top 8 so we can get some Europeans in there.
So 13th place was I'm Still the Daddy, Yukadon from Japan, of course. Save, where's Save from?
Korea.
Save Dalsum is from Korea. Okay, that's what it is. You know, he's Asian. I couldn't tell which country. No, I'm just kidding.
He, I think he's mastering Dalsum on CFN. He was like one of the only Dalsums up there. I think
Okay.
Champ is maybe mastering.
He's in the Dalluminati.
Dalluminati.
Da-
Yeah,
Dalluminati.
his English seems like it's pretty good actually.
Yeah. And then Genius, Birdie player. Where's Genius from?
He's Europe. I'm not
Yeah.
sure which country, but they were talking about him.
Pax in 9th place with Karin. 9th place, RB Luffy with Armika. Kazunoko, GGP Kazunoko with Kami. And Phenom with Nakali
Yeah.
running in 9th place over there.
What about Zhao Bao? That too was.
Yeah,
that was
let's
cool.
talk about 7. Let's talk about top 8 here. So top 8 was Cola 321 Xiaobao from Taiwan, right? He was one of the Taiwan players out there with Nakali and Vega. 7th place was also CO Goichi with Ibuki and Chun-Li. 5th place was Zowie Gamerby of Taiwan with Nakali and KFGC Verloren with Kami.
Yeah. More Korea.
Yep. 3rd place, Fox Tokido Akuma, of course, Japan. 3rd place, Splice F Champ with Dalsum. 2nd place, G&G Itazan, of course, from Japan with Zangief. And 1st place, GRPT Haitani with Nakali.
It was pretty diverse for the most part.
Yeah, it was a good top 8.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like even
Champ
if I go
all.
down to even if I go to 17th place,
Champ.
like Mago is down there, Ricky
Yeah.
Ortiz, Bonchan, Dogura,
Yeah,
like
Bonchan
dude,
17th. I don't even know
How about that?
yeah, there are some crazy.
No, there was
Problem
like
X was 25th. Yeah, there was a lot of strong talent at this event.
Yeah, this event was really, really,
It was
really
very
fun to
strong.
watch.
Yo, Mongo got 17.
Hey.
That is ridiculous.
That's rough, man.
But yeah, no, you guys were saying
That's
F
what happens when you're
Champ.
not top 3 Karen in the world.
F Champ versus Haitani was probably the most heartbreaking.
You know
match.
that after Haitani won that game, he won like the next 8 straight games.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
carried on. He beat Chan 3 games, and then he steamrolled
Yeah,
Itabashi for like 5. It was crazy. That
he was
rough.
like, "Wait a minute, I shouldn't be here. I'm gonna take advantage of."
That matchup is so gross, man. It's like you watch it. I
All
watched
it
it today on
takes
my
is
stream.
one thing,
So I
and you lose.
I
It's
watched
crazy.
it on my stream today, and the last round that he won in the game, like Champ had a big old lead.
Yeah.
He landed like a sweep, a
Yeah.
medium kick, a medium punch, and then a fierce, and that was the game. That was like the whole life bar was like those hits. It's like the whole thing because he had full super meter, and so it was just like he died. It was crazy. It was real
It's a
bad.
tough one. But shout out to F Champ for doing as well as you did.
Yeah,
I mean, the
third
character,
place.
I don't want to downplay the character too much, but yeah, nice work.
I
That's really
do.
awesome.
I
He's
still,
like a
I still think
mid-tier
he's-
character.
Yeah, I still think he's overachieving with the character.
Yeah, I do too.
But I don't think Dalsum is like bottom 5 or anything like
No.
that. I think he's
Probably not.
Dalsum's legit this season, I think.
and he's only gonna get better.
Than normal.
Oh yeah,
Oh, dude, the
one's
new
gonna be good.
normal
Yeah.
looks ridiculous. When I saw that, I was like, damn, this character's gonna be a problem.
He's gonna have a low hit now.
He's gonna be better for sure.
Watching that low profile Balrog made me feel happy.
Oh,
But that matchup looks so trash that I'm like, oh, he needs something.
Wait, it combos into light flame like from almost every range, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like back medium kick.
That's gonna work well versus Mika and Laurel. And Laurel's do the fireball, low
Oh, you can
profile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I want to be able to get rid of it
Mika
really
drop
quick.
kick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really
Low
useful.
Oh man, I didn't think about the Nika
in
drop
season
kick
2,
quite.
they made it so that slide doesn't low profile in the same way that it did in season 1. They actually nerfed the hitboxes or the hurtboxes
That's
on him.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he can't get underneath. Even if you're trying to jump at him, he can't do like
Slide
slide
under.
anti-air in the same way
Yeah.
that he used to. So, but he can with this. Down back medium kick. So yeah, it's really
So in
good.
other words, if you're gonna hit a button early to try to stuff a limb, he could just do crouching medium kick instead. Now there's an added layer to the mix-up as an anti-air. Ugh.
I'm glad I got to worry about it using Rashid. So.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it at all. You're good. You're good. Actually, both your characters rip them open, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That matchup is fun to watch though. Like my favorite thing is when Dawson players float and they set up the V trigger and he just teleports behind it.
Yeah.
And then Rashid players start jump medium punch, dive kicking him, like eagle kick. I'm like, oh man.
Man, nice work to Itazan for getting second place with Zangief. Again, I don't want to downplay the character too much. We went through our top 10s and I had him in my number 10th place, so I think he's a good character.
Yeah,
but
he's good.
Man, I still feel should not be beating Dawson. Yeah, there's some other matches in there he probably shouldn't beat.
Yeah.
Like he probably shouldn't beat Nikali's. He
I mean,
didn't in the end.
I said that Champ was overachieving with Dawson. I definitely think Itazan is overachieving with Zangief. Now, less so than F Champ, for sure, and plus Itazan. But Itazan is just a ridiculous player.
Dude, I was about to say, did you guys see some of the reads? He was just like, now you're about to jump. Like, I just hit you with a crouching jab.
Only he would know.
Only he would know. I was like, why is he? Oh my God, he knew he was going to jump. This guy's a genius.
He looks
Get him
so
out of here.
genuinely happy when he plays. It terrifies me. Nobody should look that happy while they play Geef.
I don't think I ever saw him upset before. Like,
I've never, right?
Just a normal
Someone
face.
asked me, they were like, is Itazan really calculated? And I was like, I will tell you the 100% correct answer. He is the craziest, wildest, most random person, and it is all calculated.
Yeah. That fool is.
That is basically the way it works.
I'm scared once they get Geef that count. I feel like he gonna use that so well.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. And his new crouching only throw might actually be a nerf. Because it might actually be a worse setup than regular grab. So it might not be that he's getting buffed that much, but
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
The year of Geef.
But Haitani, I mean, was this he didn't win a tournament last year, did he? Like, did
Maybe
he
not a premiere.
Not a premiere,
but
right?
he won other events. But he is so consistent.
Yeah.
When it comes to consistency, I feel like every time you're like a top 8, you're like Haitani. Like there's he's always in there somehow. Like he's always in like top 8. Like the dude is so consistent. It's ridiculous.
He took like a break because of like the whole family
married.
thing.
Yeah, he got married.
So he's been MIA for a while because
he got
of that.
married and then immediately
and he went back
had to pay for the wedding. You know,
back to the grindstone. She's like, if you want to keep playing, you got to win these tournaments. He's like, I got you. Let's go.
First event, he wins. What is like first place at a premiere is like 7,500 or something like that. Yeah, he's got to pay off the wedding. Yeah.
That's just the bonus, right? Not including
the bonus, not including
entrance
money.
Yeah, but happy for Haitani because he has been a guy who hasn't been. I mean, he literally said apparently he finally got his trophy, which just like sounded like what you know, like I was surprised to hear that coming from him.
Well, also consistent. What about that man Verloren? Just a couple of premieres so far.
Ted dude is crazy.
Two top 8.
So is
top 8s.
Itabashi
Well
and so is Tokido. All three of them have made top 8 at both from.
Which one you said? Verloren,
Tokido, and Itabashi.
Okay,
all three of them made top 8
right.
at Final Round and top 8 at this event.
There you
I
go.
don't think I'm a combo breaker. I like to play all of them.
Oh, I'd like to see you play all of them.
Yeah, me too. I think that'd be awesome.
Man, Combo Breaker is so soon. I didn't even think about it. It's literally like a month and some change away.
I
month
saw
and a
a
half.
tweet from the Evo account that said Evo is 100 days away, and I was like,
Wait, Evo's 100
What?
days away?
Yeah.
I haven't even booked a room or anything.
dude, you're probably
screwed.
asked out at this point in time. So.
Bum, 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 bum.
But yeah, less than 100 days now. That was like maybe 2 days ago that they tweeted that out. So
Feels
it's like
so close.
scary to know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's super
Passage
close.
of time and whatnot.
But I mean, that's the crazy part is you can tell we're in tournament season because once we get into the events category later on over there, like I have like 5 like here announce this weekend, announce this. It's like it's all coming now. Like,
I didn't know you weren't going to NCR because it ends up with Easter, right?
Jewishness.
Yeah.
No,
Or
well,
it's
the festival that Easter was based on,
yeah, that one.
you know, Pesach,
The one
Passover.
that predates it. Yeah, Passover.
Yeah, the one that they were having wasn't it like a Passover meal? I don't know that much about Christianity, but wasn't that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
And you know
That's
what-
the wrong person to ask.
And you know what the worst part about it was? Because David was going, no one was hassling me about buying tickets or booking a room. So I was like, and then yesterday I was like, I don't have a room when I don't have a flight. I was
This
like,
is gonna
crap.
happen to Steve if they don't book me.
Yeah.
All right.
Did
if
you
they-
book your NCR stuff yet?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh God.
We need to get the
Let's
results.
talk about the drive here.
If there was ever an event that was just me and Steve, we would be done.
Let's
guys
talk
are
about
not
literally as we're in the car driving here.
Okay.
How Steve was like, "Oh, I should probably get a flight," and he on his phone started working on it.
Yeah, I legitimately was like,
An hour ago.
I sent him the exact flight that Rip and I booked.
Wait,
like,
that was for another. No.
No, that was for NCR.
Oh, crap.
And I
Alright.
sent you the stuff we booked for DreamHack, and I sent you the stuff we booked for ELEAGUE.
Okay.
I sent you all three. They're all in like one
I finished a
compiled
few of
message.
those.
Anyway, nice work to Tokido. He's been consistent over there. I'm happy for GamerBee because he hasn't had that top level stuff. In fact, for a while, he was relatively in the doldrums for him.
And then he won 2 premieres, and then he dropped down.
Yeah, right.
Right?
So,
It was like so weird.
He was really good. He was playing he was playing a lot for a while, and then he got too busy. He didn't practice at all. Some of the characters he lost to in tournaments were characters he had not even played against at all, like
DLC
Boxer and stuff. Yeah, DLC. But now that he's had more time, you know, predictably he's a fantastic player. He does well again. So,
I was talking to him at E-League, and he was commending Snake Eyes. He was like, he does something that I don't do. And I think it was something with standing strong that he was talking about. I didn't catch it all, but he was like, I need to start doing that because he was watching Snake Eyes play, and he was like, I need to start doing it. Tokido said that about Snake Eyes.
Oh, about Akuma. Yeah. Okay.
Dude, Tokido is pretty consistent. He had like a pretty group at ELEAGUE. I feel like he played kind of hit and miss. Like, K-Brad should have beat him, but he just missed like 11 confirms in a row.
Which is so un-K-Brad like.
Yeah, dude, that's what you think of. When you think of K-Brad, that's the way he's got to hit, right? But, yeah, I don't know. I think he looked kind of but then he looked good at final round, and he looked good here, so we'll take it.
Well, I mean, the fact that you pointed out 3 people made top 8 at final round, and three of them are over here, really kind of flies in the face of like a lot of people saying that Street Fighter V is not particularly consistent.
I don't know what the evidence is for that because I feel like the same people are getting top, 16 to 25-ish. And that the top 8, 3 out of the top 8 has been consistent in this season so far. Knuckle Dew is always on the top. Like,
oh yeah, dude, Fudo is like the most consistent.
I don't know. I don't see evidence that it's not.
It's
consistent.
just one of them things, some things people say, since others said, then I just take that and say it.
People just like having a voice.
Yeah, since so many people say, I don't have to explain.
I'll tell you, I feel like this game actually has more consistency early in its life than many other games have had.
Of course.
I feel like I think back to how like SF4 was, and Cross Tekken, and Marvel, and MK X, and Injustice. Well, other than the one guy. Yeah. But other than that, just in general, the first year there's a lot of volatility, and I don't feel like that has been the case as much for this game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's weird. Anyway,
so unfortunate for Europe that they don't get anybody in that top 8 in their own region. I know the feeling.
But remember, the points are distributed a little further down this time, a little more nicely further down.
I'm saying, like, I know the feeling of having a top 8 and none of your countrymen are in your own country, because
kind of depressing.
Been there.
I don't.
As an
Street Fighter
American,
V is the first game.
America's game.
America's game.
Maybe.
America's game.
You should have seen Z's face when he was like, he turned to me, he's like, is America the best at Street Fighter 5? Like, he didn't want to believe me, and I was like, what have I been telling you, Z?
He was like the biggest Momochi fanboy and everything.
Yeah.
Was the biggest?
He is.
Was he the
that
biggest?
man is currently in the saddle riding pretty hard.
He's riding quite the saddle.
Like, the whole America is good at Street Fighter 5 thing started as a big joke.
Yeah.
But then they actually got pretty good. It was like, it's an option select.
I know Europe's not a country. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
We don't care about geology, right? So,
I mean, the UK isn't the country. It's a set of countries.
It's a set.
Fact.
All right.
It's a complicated polity. So that's it, I guess, for UFA. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unless you guys have anything else to talk about. But if not, let's go over to West Coast Warzone, which also happened this past weekend.
Right here in good old Southern California, where everyone discovered how amazing Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was. So. We seriously went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles after Saturday, and there was like 9 or 10 or 11 like different FGC groups there. Like everybody went there afterwards.
Last year was the same thing.
You guys got Roscoe's in Chicago?
Well, I don't know the first part, but I know it's a place.
Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah.
Chicken and Waffles is top tier combination for sure.
All right, so let's go over the games in order that they're listed here on Shoryuken.com. So we're gonna do Street Fighter V first. just the top 8. We had Ceroblast, Zero Blast. I don't know how that's pronounced.
I think it's
Ceroblast Ken is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I love every second of it.
For that name.
Ceroblast.
like Ceroblast, like from Bleach. I think that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Cero.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, you can have it all.
Do you have some more ketchup? Actually, you know what?
I got a boatload of ketchup.
I've got
dude.
ketchup over here, dude.
I am
I
full
got
of
ketchup
ketchup.
over here, dude.
Okay, let me know if you need to swim in it.
Futile. So Ceroblast with Ken and Futile with Laura. 5th place was Winter Fox's 801 Strider with Laura. And SD Panoy with M. Bison and Nikali. 4th place, a CYG Snake Eyes, Akuma and Zangief. Using using Akuma in some odd matches that I really would have thought.
I figured he was going to switch on some of them, but he played Akuma instead.
Winter Fox Samurai in 3rd place with Akuma. 2nd place, EG's NY Chris G with Guile. And 1st place, all the way from Loser's Bracket, the Alpha, PG Punk with Karen, who at the end said, maybe West Coast is free?
Maybe.
And then tweeted that he thinks West Coast is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
I didn't hear the first one. I only saw the second.
I think the first one was more just kind of like, ha ha ha, and then he was like, no, but seriously. You know?
That was a weird tweet.
Yeah, but, I mean, speaking of consistency, that guy's been amazing.
Who, Snake Eyes?
No,
No.
Punk.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I mean, Punk in particular. He's been so good, so consistent. He's always in that top 2, top 3, if not outright winner.
Yeah.
The only time that hasn't been the case is after he dominated South by Southwest groups, and he got butted 0-2 after that.
Right.
But other than that, and I almost feel like because of that, in part, he is ripping through everybody else.
He kept it together pretty well in the ELEAGUE groups.
Yep.
Afterwards.
For sure.
When he lost at South by Southwest, I told him, and I honestly felt like that was the best thing that could have happened for him at South by Southwest, because I felt like that was just going to be one of those
Sometimes you got to
things.
get that loss.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to take that
Bring
L,
up,
man.
You know, you win too much, then you start getting comfortable. You don't play as, you know, you don't train as much because you just winning.
You're right.
That's exactly what he said too. He was like, "Yeah, I was just so confident. Like I just went in there, and then like he just immediately lost." It's like,
Now he did lose early on to No Respect, but he was using
hard.
he was using Nash. Now what I had heard was after the first game, No Respect was like, "I want your Karen. Bring me your Karen."
Ooh,
and so
that's
Punk,
so smart.
And so Punk was like, "Meh, I'm just gonna stick with my Nash."
Oh, he
so
fell
smart.
for
Bait.
Because if you're no respect in the situation, if you get the Karen, cool. That's probably what you wanted. But then if you don't, you have convinced Punk to not bring out his A game because he doesn't think that you deserve his A game. That's genius. What a gambit. What a gambit. I love it.
Although you saw what Punk did in the
mind.
run back, right? He picked Urian Mirrors. He picked Urian against No Respect and was able to beat No Respect.
So that's even worse.
No
I beat your secondary, but now I'm going to beat you with your character in tournament.
That's getting cooked. Getting cooked.
Now that is getting cooked right there.
Getting cooked by your secondary.
He
That
came
wasn't
in
even
your
a
house and
secondary,
used
dude.
the
It
rest
was
of
like
the rest of your food and ate and then left. That's exactly what he did.
Skill it there.
You gonna eat the rest of these eggs using the last 2.
Yeah.
See you later.
He was always like that in Street Fighter 4. He used just like everybody. I was one of the victims. He used Cody on me, and he beat me, and I was so salty.
Man, I honestly think, though, picking mirror matches is one of the most genius moves because everybody hates mirror matches. And if you're comfortable with it and you're just a better player, sometimes you can overcome a lot of, like you're better. You will have more knowledge, but it doesn't matter because you don't like mirror matches, and I'll body you because I'm just a better player. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes
I'm definitely one of those people. I hate mirror matches.
Yeah.
Like ever since I started playing Guilty Gear, I'm like, why would you pick Chip versus Chip? That's dumb, you know? Zappa versus Zappa. Who does that? King versus King? That's lame. Like no matter how I say it, it's still lame, you know?
Right. But yeah, Punk made it all the way through. One of the greatest. I mean, he had some very close matches.
Yeah.
Very, very close matches. I did like that, though. I did like that he was being challenged by a lot of people. Samurai came very close to beating him.
Yeah, Snake did too.
Snake
That was
Eyes
super
came,
close.
Yeah. So, was it Snake Eyes that... Because I think Samurai got pretty close, too. Let me see. I might be wrong on that one.
It was Snake's Akuma.
No. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't Samurai's Akuma.
No.
It was Snake's Akuma that did it. Yeah, it was 3-2 because he 3-0'd Samurai. Even though that match wasn't a 3-0 per se, like... It was super close every single game,
Man.
but it ended up being a 3-0, yeah. So, okay,
Bummer.
yep. But good
Shout
stuff.
out to everybody in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice work.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Costas, the old good old Stewie.
Yeah, and shout outs to
Ninth place.
yeah, Stupendous, who eliminated Justin Wong. Danka Diaz was the one who put him in losers.
Yo, dang.
Danka Diaz, man.
Same
Danka
position.
Diaz.
Yeah, dude. It's funny.
That guy's grinding.
But see, here's the thing, right? I feel like Dalsum is like when you run into a Fong online, you're like, I know this player's super good. Because it's just like no one who's like average would stay with that character for that long.
Basically.
So like when you run into
This guy's gotta be good.
Yeah.
Every time I run into a Fong, I'm like, shit, this guy's good.
I don't know.
Like I feel that way about Dalsum at tournaments too. Like you run into a Dalsum, they probably know what they're
Not
doing.
that many people play the character, but yeah, there are some
exactly
strong people who do.
Yeah, I run into Danka Diaz online all the time.
Yeah, it happens to me
He
too.
definitely has
And
beat
you know
me
why?
up
It's because he always
online.
snipes me when I'm streaming. You see? But he tried to snipe my Guile last time.
You bodied him?
Smacked them up. Wake up supered me too, and it traded with my overhead, and I won.
Nice. Nice.
Son of a gun.
Oh man.
All right. I was Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5, to be precise.
Let's go to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We've got some domination going on here. Look, 7th place was Reedman from Arizona, aka Fizzy Cups.
Fizzy.
That's right.
7th places was Uncle Matt as well. 5th place, Super Noon and Zaka. 4th place, Alex K, who played really, really well. 3rd place from Seattle, Mr. Kyle P.
Sweet.
2nd place, again, EGNY Chris G.
Yeah.
And 1st place, right now, like the undefeatable
The best.
Ryan, not F-Champ, but Ryan LV.
Yeah, yep.
And
Pretty
His
crazy to
team
watch
is-
him play, I gotta
Yeah,
say.
his team is wild, right?
Yeah,
It's so
and
funky.
It's such an interesting design.
I mean,
Name it out until you get the meter. It's such a good way to capitalize on the craziness of that game in a way that like really limits the craziness.
It
Yeah.
plays it back because you have to like instead of playing like that air footsie game, you're legitimately chasing him so he can't
It's
get
up on-
meter the entire time. You're like, well, now I can't play my game because I have to stop that game. Like
Right.
it's so smart.
and I
I
don't
watched him once, and like he was in the air. He got hit by missiles in the air, and then he was just doing like the up kicks
Yeah.
from Chun, and then called meter assist, and then missiles hit him again. Did the up kicks from Chun, called meter assist, and like his opponent was just mashing missiles, and he didn't realize like the bar on the bottom is just like
Right.
building up.
Chun
He got
will
like
take those
2
hits
bars.
all day.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You ain't gonna convert from it. It
Reset
doesn't
those
matter.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you take missiles above super jump height like 3 times in a row, and you just build like a bar, that's
nobody
like,
can hit you anymore. Yeah. But also, like, it was interesting to me that Chris G tried a secondary team to see if he tried his own Morgan Phoenix AMI team is what he played
yeah.
to try to counter, and that didn't work very well at all. He went 0-3. So.
It's very interesting to see people try to figure out this team now, because we've seen that in the past where they tried to figure out Chris G's team, for example. There have been these teams that have been dominant, and people try to work on, like, what are the character matchups we need, what kind of style. Kind of figure, I mean, look, Chris obviously very strong, but it's not, like, as crazy dominant as it was
Oh no.
Right.
in the first couple of years. I wonder if that'll happen with Ryan LV's team, or if that's just not going to be enough time.
I think I see like I've been watching a lot more Marvel as of late because of that, and like a lot of the time the tech for Marvel players is to reverse engineer the team to figure it out. So
Yeah.
you get those weird teams. So you get like people playing Morgan, and then like I said, a lot of times people weren't trying to play Morgan except for out that meteor assist, and then you'd have Phoenix on the backup, but they'd have a crazy lead instead. And now you're just switching it to full runaway instead of we're gonna kind of fight, not do crazy combos, do side switch TAC combos, and now you're playing. Hey, I have to chase this guy,
But
get meter.
The interesting thing, though, is like, when we first originally saw Chris G's team, everyone was like, okay, here's this bullet hell, turtley kind of Morrigan, Mora Doom.
Yeah.
And everyone tried to mimic that. But when you really broke down Chris G's game, he was kind of turtley, but he was also offensive.
yeah.
He would use the
Yeah, depending on the
surface.
matchup. Some
Yeah,
characters he completely zoned out, and then other characters he doesn't want to give them space.
No, that's true.
And the same thing is happening with Ryan LV right now, is that a lot of people, they fight as Chun-Li, they're like, I'm going to try to run away from this. And then he just throws out this spinning bird kick in the middle of the air, and all of a sudden he just hits you and everything
Yeah.
converts. And
Yeah.
nobody is, like, they're trying so hard to chase this character that they keep running into spinning bird kicks, and I feel like that's going to be something that they're going to have to figure out as well. Even like people on commentary were saying that. They're like, everyone keeps getting hit by this bird kick. Like, no one's expecting
because
it.
the movement in Marvel is not set around that. Like you're legitimately randomly out of nowhere bird kick, and he just got hit. Like, well, I don't even know how I got hit right there, and,
it's
then you lose a character.
And it's like a beam across the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just like she just goes across.
And it has
the
a really weird hitbox. Like on the ends, it's a lot bigger than it looks. So
I mean, she's always been a decent character with the exception of no damage. Like, we've known that since the launch of Marvel, basically.
Yeah.
she was like a reasonable X Factor comeback character for a while, and then she clearly has good movement. She has good conversions in good situations. It's just that she did no damage. But he's figured out a way to play her in a way that doesn't matter. That's not... if you get damage with her, cool. But it's like, mostly, you got to build that meter, and then other stuff happens.
What's crazy is a lot of people see that, like, Chun is the main part of that team. Like, they feel like you have to kill Chun if you want a chance to beat that team. That's the only way it works. Otherwise, you're bodied. Like, you can't, like, you could kill Phoenix and you're going to win, but just having her out in front is a problem.
You still have to fight Morgan Chun if you kill Phoenix, which is the problem, too.
Yeah.
Hard team to fight.
You can still fight. You can, I mean, now you have ways to fight Morgan, but it's still weird depending on the team. But I feel like this team now is... Man, I don't know how you're gonna stop a team like that where he's legitimately converting too much.
Yeah, I mean, if you just have Morgan and Phoenix, then one of them wants meter, the other one needs meter. Like it's how do you control the screen with Morgan with Phoenix on deck? Because if she gets sniped, then she's dead. Like it's a weird team to play. So I can definitely see that Chun is the one that keeps that together. Yeah.
Well, you want to move on to MKXL? Let's just do top 4. We had Harambe Guamo taking 4th, EGP Chico in 3rd place. 2nd place was Han Rashid, and 1st place was Flowchart with Mystic Ermac.
Mystic Ermac.
I don't know any of those people.
Yeah, I assume Sonic Fox won first.
Yeah, I know, right?
He went to Northwest Majors where he won like five tournaments.
Majors results. I'll have to go find those.
He won like 5 tournaments there.
Yeah,
including Mortal Kombat.
And then, of course, Guilty Gear Exert Revelator. 4th place was Kyoku with Faust. 3rd place was I'm Not a Sandwich.
He's not a sandwich. Shout outs to my boy.
Fact, I believe.
2nd place, Nerd Josh with Elfelt.
Nerd Josh.
And 1st place, Fu.
All right.
Hyun.
I would expect nothing less from Fu. He was definitely at my house rolling me up something serious the other week.
Dude, I saw the Wednesday night fights.
Christ.
Like.
Yeah, I watched. I turned on the stream and it was like a 30-something game win streak.
Yeah, that's.
And he's just sitting there like and it's like people rotating in and like I close the stream, I open it back up, I looked, and I'm like, he's still playing.
Dude, shout out to Falsy Defense. We had a mini sandwich roundabout because I have a sandwich spot by my place. So it's like a metal burger bar. I can't remember the name of it.
There are too many sandwiches in this story.
Yeah,
it's
like I'm not a sandwich roundabout, sandwich shop. There's a lot going on.
But Faulty Defense actually, he's like whoever beats food, he'd buy him a burger. So he legit like sent me money, and whoever won the most games got a burger. Of course, it was food, and he went. Dude, it was a dead guy. Yeah, shout out.
So he won a sandwich.
Yeah, and I am not a sandwich. Got 3rd.
Other sandwiches were in that story too, but it's alright. So that's it for West Coast Warzone, I guess. I couldn't make it. I actually didn't watch almost any of these tournaments, to be honest. I just was busy the whole weekend. That's why I wasn't at West Coast Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch so much of the MK. I only watched a little bit of the Street Fighter, and I didn't get to watch any of the others.
Around the same thing. We had a pretty busy weekend.
You guys had a busy one too, for
Yeah.
sure. Did you watch any of this?
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually need
Grill
to
them all. That's the name.
Are you not a stream monster? If you're not playing at a tournament, do you watch tournaments?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I respect that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, look, I watch all the time. I really enjoy it. That said, if you're the kind of guy who's like, I want to be playing video games, and if I'm not playing it, then I don't care, then I respect that too.
Yeah, like
that's pretty sick. Actually,
like when it's time
the
for
old school
tournaments,
style.
and then I see people I play, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna look them up. But just watching the tournament from pool 1 to just like the very end, I don't think I ever done.
Dang, you watch the top 8s?
Respect.
Sometimes.
All right.
Yeah, sometimes.
Dang.
I
respect it.
Absolutely.
That's why people talk about what happened at that tournament. I'll be like, I don't know what happened. Like, I just kind of see the conversations on Twitter, and I kind of put it together what happened.
Dang, piecing it together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just a little puzzle.
You're just like, well, that guy, all right, he said this, so it must have been a 3-1, maybe a 3-0.
If anybody in the chat has a link to the Northwest Major results,
Jabril won Marvel and Street Fighter.
Yes.
Sonic Fox won Skullgirls and Mortal Kombat. Congratulations. Hope you guys enjoyed Northwest Majors.
And I think Kizzy won Guilty Gear and BlazBlue.
Guilty Gear and BlazBlue.
Yeah.
There you go.
The house wins. Shout out to my boy Kizzy.
There were 6 tournaments and 3 people won them in total?
Basically.
We got you guys covered. Boom. I watched Guilty Gear at Northwest Majors and Street Fighter, and then I watched... No, that was it. I didn't get to see much.
Shout outs to
Mortal
Kizzy though,
Kombat.
man.
Yeah.
He
seems good.
expunged his shookness. He's now back to regular Kizzy.
He seems good.
He
at
just
video
had to
games.
have a
shook?
blood transfusion to
he
get
was
it
shook?
out of him because he was shook, man. That's what happens.
He was
You
shook?
go to a tournament and he got it all out of the system. It was
Wow,
crazy.
man.
It was-
He was like
sick.
clinically shook.
yeah, dude, that's a thing, man.
Clinical
What was
shook.
it? Was it he woke up in the middle of his sleep?
He
right?
woke up while he was in New York for Super TSB. It was like, I'm not shook. I'm not shook. And he's
and then he just
definitely,
went back to sleep.
Which
right?
means
Yeah.
he definitely was.
that's 100%.
Oh my god. It couldn't be worse than what you did on the plane, Steve.
Man, don't.
This wizardry, I've never seen anything like this. So we were coming back from St. Louis, and I was in the window seat, Steve was in the middle, and Rip was in the aisle. And Steve is fast asleep, and me and Rip are just sitting there, and like I looked over, and Steve, he's just asleep, like, you know, like this, and all of a sudden, he pops up, and he goes like this, he puts both of his arms like this, and he goes, and then he reaches forward, opens up the tray table, pulls the tray table down, and goes,
No, they said
and like straight asleep. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
He ninja'd the tray
He
table
literally
open.
casted a spell before he opened. He was like, and he like went to sleep. And the craziest thing is when he opened,
Did you say that made me stay asleep longer?
Yeah, it's like to make you stay asleep longer.
No.
when he opened the tray table, I promise that he reached exactly forward and turned it. There was like he didn't miss at
They
all
were freaking
in
out
his sleep.
because I had like the hood.
Yeah, he had
covering
his
my
hood
face.
covering his face.
So that's what they said, but
And
It's like anime style, right?
I
there.
looked right at Rip, and I was like, and he was like, "Did you?" And I was like, we just both started laughing so hard. And I told Steve, if you're a random stranger and
He
you
was
did
like,
that
"Yo, I
next to
would've
me on the
killed you,
plane,
bro.
I would have killed you. There's no doubt about it. You would have been. I would not have trusted you.
You would
next to
have
me.
you would have asked United to drag him off the plane, right?
United, get this man away from me.
I would have been like, this guy needs to give up his seat ASAP. That was
Anybody else see
crazy.
it?
Yeah, that's
Me
what
and
I
Rip.
want to know.
Just,
yeah.
It was
just me and
only-
Rip. But me and Rip were like,
you should ask for other people to,
Confirm the story?
to confirm or
My
deny. 'Cause
thing
I'm not
is-
sure I believe these two.
my
That's
thing
all.
is this: if he did it there, how often does that happen on a plane?
That doesn't happen, dude.
It's gotta
That's what I
happen more
don't
often than
believe.
that because
I
he
feel
was.
like there needed to be somebody else corroborating the story because I'm.
I don't know, say Jam.
And
I
what
was
he
asleep.
said-
I don't remember this at all. dude.
What Steve said is the reason he did it was
Oh yeah, my hand, my. So it's
he
like.
just confirmed it too.
So first
Sure
off,
did.
damn.
You
Got
sure
him.
Oh man, because I
He
forgot.
did not survive the cross examination just
So-
now. That's for sure.
So
good.
my
Yeah.
hands, like they fell asleep. So it's like I was like sleep on my arm. Well, the way I was sitting, like my arms
We're crossed, or
Yeah,
right?
so it's like my fingers were like fuck the blood flow, and I
I
went
do that. I do
and,
that all the
and
time.
did this. I don't know.
Steve is that character in every crime show where it's like, I didn't mention how he died, and Steve was like,
Yeah.
dude, yeah.
I got him good.
But
That
yeah.
was a good got him for sure. But no, I do the same thing. In my normal sleep, I wake up and
Yeah, you have to do it
I'm
because
constantly doing that.
yeah.
Casted a
I
fucking
don't think I
spell.
ever did that.
I've never
Well,
done
I
it.
hope, I hope you don't need to,
Yeah,
friend.
waking up
Believe
just
me.
doing this.
I hope you never need to. It's not a good thing.
Look at your hands.
Yeah. Sunday. Well, how old are you now? You're born in '93, hence Cool Kid '93.
Yeah.
Crazy.
24.
What?
Alright, well, whenever you are
Did I get
an adult,
Did I get your thing wrong again? The Twitter 923 or was it 932?
2393.
2393.
Yeah,
Damn.
23 is my
90?
birthday, 93 the year.
Hey, you were born in '93.
2393.
I'm a
can you
'94.
believe
Wait, you
he's
said
so
23?
young?
What, 9323 or 2393?
2393.
James can't get it. It's impossible. 34:57.
I
You
know,
just
right?
screwed him up.
44. It's actually
420.
44.22.
Anyway, when you're an adult,
44.22.
you may at some point feel that your hands hurt, but I hope it doesn't happen to you for a while.
I'm definitely remember this time. I'm gonna remember
When
this.
you're
Yeah,
an
my
adult.
hands don't do that, so it must be an old people thing.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Remind me.
Happened to me.
Well, you escaped it so far. We'll
I'm
see,
the
man.
oldest of the
You still got a
old,
couple of years
right?
left.
So, if I had to do
Probably.
that 2393, people would have to try to clarify which century I'm talking about, right? So,
Yeah, at some point that will become relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years ago.
When he started playing Street Fighter, it was in black and white. You know.
Yeah.
Didn't have Street Fighter in color back then.
God, Street Fighter didn't exist.
There actually were some
It
arcades that,
actually
that
makes-
I went to that were only in black and white because the screen screwed
It
up.
actually makes
know,
me
so
actually
upset
it's
to know that there are so many people who are like top players in Street Fighter that were born into a world with Street Fighter. Like they don't know what the world was like where Street Fighter never existed. Like that's crazy to me. This is
Well, E-League also happened.
yes. All right, so I've got some brackets here. So this was the Pool A round 2, if I'm not
that's
mistaken.
Group A. It's Group A play to get to main part of bracket.
Because it's a bracket, let me see if I can get this on the screen. We might end up with two cool kids on the screen here, so which would make it 6 total here.
Hey, I'm not a kid. I can't claim that anymore.
That's true, actually. Yeah, see.
When he's on there twice, it's gonna happen.
Yes, he's on there twice. But here we go. Here's the pool results. No, I do not want that to happen.
I feel like no one's gonna be able to see the results really, based on this.
Yeah,
image.
it's really tough to tell, but this is basically where the two. So 4 people qualified, right? In
6.
the pool.
6 initially.
But 2 of the ones who originally
Moved on.
to
They
the
skipped the
later
first
part.
match,
Yeah,
yeah.
they skipped the first match, right?
For being top 2 in the pool, you get to skip your first match. Basically, is all that happens.
They qualified automatically into the TV rounds.
Yes.
Right? And then the other people needed to move through one opponent into the TV round. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so Smug played Julio. He beat Julio.
Yep.
And Infiltration played Berlino
And got the run back.
and beat Berlino.
Dang, yeah, I would not. Well, I mean, it ultimately worked out for Berlino, but I definitely was going to bet on Berlino in that matchup.
I was too.
For sure.
But yeah, the thing is, like, Infiltration is Batman, dude. You had prep time.
Huh?
And then,
How did that go?
By the end of it, you could see Berlino had figured out the matchup.
Yeah.
Like, he won the first 2 games free. Third game, like, Berlino figured it out and got the W.
Yeah.
And Infiltration closed them out. But at the end of that, I was
Oh,
like,
you
if
already
they
knew
play
it.
again,
If they play one more, it's over.
Yeah.
He's got no chance, right? So that's what ended up happening, right? Because Smug beat Infiltration. That was like a good 30-second match. And then Berlino beat Julio. Berlino then beat Infiltration.
He sure did.
So he moved on to play against Punk.
But what was cool was that
I mean, not David. Steve, is this the stream right here?
Twitch.tv/UltraGenTV.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just called him like David by accident.
That's
That happens all the
I
time.
could be a David.
It
The
does
cool
happen
thing
all the
is that they
Yeah.
expanded
I've
this
been
to
called
double
Ski
elimination, right? This was supposed to be single elimination at first,
Yes,
right?
it was going to be
Yes.
single elim, the second part of this bracket,
Right.
but it got turned into a double elim because
Right,
they were
which
like,
is super cool.
yeah, they were like, we
Thanks
probably
to the
give them more
powers that
games.
be, they
Yeah.
want those games.
They saw people
I think that's
saying,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying it should have been double elim, so they were like, all right.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they've been like paying attention to feedback in that way. I think that's
And
really
they've been really kind on Twitter too, all of them.
Yeah.
The production's been great, Steven. love the production so far.
Yep.
Those guys are a bunch of sweethearts. Everybody there.
Shout outs to the production and the tournament crew.
Oh, I forgot I had this in. Hopefully.
Where did you just...
We're not sponsored by those guys, man. You can't do that.
What happened? What
This
is
was
that?
from when I was at ESA.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I think he pulled that out of my ear like a quarter.
I know,
don't know
right?
what just happened.
I really don't know where you put that
You got it.
from.
You
It was
got
in my pocket.
it. You got a real deep sweatshirt over there.
I don't know what just happened.
But
Anyway.
in losers bracket, in winners also, Smug ended up beating Infiltration,
Yes.
and then Berlino and Julio played each other in the losers bracket. Berlino won that, and then, as you guys mentioned, had the matches kept going, Berlino would have won that. Well, that definitely proved to be true.
Yeah, he beat
because
Infiltration.
He beat Infiltration in the losers side.
Yep. And then
Smug.
Smug beat Momochi.
Momochi.
Like
Momochi
badly
tried to play.
in
Yeah,
Oh, he beat the
3-0'd.
sleeves off that
Yeah,
dude, man.
Yeah. He was playing Ibuki, and it was a beatdown for
Yeah,
sure.
and no one was believing at first.
No one believed in the Ibuki for
Yeah,
sure. And then Punk beat Berlino,
Yes.
Yes.
which set up Punk versus Smug as the winners finals.
Correct.
And then Punk won. It was very close though.
It was
Well,
a really
he
good
went.
set.
He went up 2-0
Wait,
and then
it-
Smug
when
I
came
tell
back.
you, I have
Yeah.
footage on my phone of I would like to say like the first like child FGC fan.
Oh, that was
and
so sick. By the
It's
way.
a kid who was screaming for Smug to win,
He's the biggest
and he
Smug
was
fan.
he was talking about Punk. He was like, "Don't let her do that," but he's like this, but he's like, "Don't let her do it," and then he started winning. He was like, "Come on, I'm gonna post it tonight."
Yeah,
you
you
guys,
gotta
it is
post
so good.
Yeah,
That's
this kid is
and
a
he's
huge
a
Smug.
little kid. He was high fiving. He was like, "Let's go,
Like, how
Punk!"
old would you say he was?
Dude, it's on my phone right now.
I
This
don't
kid's
know,
like
he's super
Use your
young.
powers to judge
he's like,
humans'
man, he's
ages.
probably about like
half of Sajav's
8
age, right?
or something like that.
I would eight sounds like a
He's
fair
saying-
guess.
it's probably about 8.
Wow.
He was like this little kid. He was like, "Let's go, Smug." He was freaking out. It was so
That's
sick.
so
Crazy.
cool.
He gonna
That's
love
so
ball
cool.
rock, too.
Actually, you know
He
what?
Yeah.
remember Smug with ball rock.
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
Punk-
Smug is an ancient guy compared to him. Right? He's
Yeah.
rooting for an adult compared
And
to
then
him.
he gonna remember, probably just seeing a box of period. He gonna always think about it.
One
Exactly.
day,
Seeing a box of period.
that kid is gonna grow up and have a family, and he's gonna
Yeah.
have
That's
a
what I was
box of
thinking.
Wheaties, and on that box will be Smug, and he's gonna be pouring it for his child.
And his kid's
who is
name
a
is
fan-
gonna be Smug.
who is a fan of Smug
Yo,
still.
Smug Jr. Yo,
And
that'd be so
Smug's
sick.
jersey will be hung up on the wall, you know.
I actually showed it to him. Like,
why not?
as soon as it happened, I went backstage. He was like, "Yo, that is God!" Like, I was like, "I know." I was like, it made me happy to see a kid cheering for Smug.
Sure,
like,
man.
it was
That's
so sick.
cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that is.
All right. And then
That's
what
like-
happened? Momochi beat Berlino, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Yes.
and then he had the run back with Smug, and he picked Ibuki
And
again.
he, but he
beat
said
him
in the
3-0.
interview, he even
Yeah,
said he was like, they were like, "Hey, are you ready this time?"
He's
And
like, I
They
figured
asked
it
him
out.
what his strategy was, and he said,
I'll
"I
tell
can't
you after I
say
win."
because I'm about to play my opponent, but I'll tell you after the match.
No, he said, "I'll tell you after I win."
After I
Yeah.
win, yeah.
Yes.
After
and-
he won, he was like, "My strategy was the first time I don't think I played that great."
I know,
That was
right?
basically his answer. He's like, "The first time, I think I played nervous, but the second time, I played how I knew I could
And
play,
he
and I beat him."
3-0'd.
He did.
He took all of the crazy wildness that Smug generally is able to overwhelm you with, and he just shut it all down.
Yeah.
Like, he turned it into a very controlled game.
One of the things that he started doing was like up close. He didn't. He started using more targets and taking like the rider knockdown like instantly. He didn't go for like crazy mix. So he get that knockdown and he push off of that. And he played the up close range a lot better, starting with standing leg kick.
Yeah,
I
he
can tell you
played.
that right
He
now.
played much more aggressively in the second set for sure. That was one of the big things.
I think he was confident enough to just go for minor stuff like that in terms of how he could get back in and control things.
It was
He
because it's
didn't need
scary.
to.
Like Smug
Yeah.
is like hitting like roundhouse right in your face. You're like, well, I don't know what's about to happen now. And then he was just like, all right, now I know what I'm gonna do.
It
Like,
was really nice.
it was
so
good.
that means that only two move on. It's Smug and Momochi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's
Punk.
Punk and Momochi.
Yeah.
So those
Smug
are the
does
first.
not.
Those are the first and second seeds in the group at the end of it. So they also made it out in the same positions, first and second. So that means Punk is in winners bracket top 8, and Momochi is in losers bracket top 8.
So,
So they are going to start on loser side then.
yeah, it's
Okay,
4 winners, 4
okay.
losers after this is over.
So each of the pools goes through its figuring out who the final top 2 are, and then they match up.
Yeah.
The pools.
So it should be theoretically B, whoever makes it out in winners in B plays
Right.
Punk, and whoever makes it out in losers in B plays Momochi.
Alrighty.
And so this coming up week, I believe on TBS, it's going to be Tuesday, is going to be the celebrity thing.
No, the celebrity show is
next week?
It's in the 28th.
Oh, the 28th. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's the
okay.
28th.
But-
That's not happening until the 28th. This week, this NCR week, nothing.
Okay.
And next
Oh,
week,
bye week.
What was your favorite
Yeah.
part of E-League?
I ain't watch E-League either.
good
So,
to know.
but Group B
That's
is
2
going to
lies
be
you
this
told me.
weekend,
You said
right?
you saw me on
No,
TBS
Group B
you
is
watch
next
Ultra
week.
Chin,
Okay,
man.
so then
What
that's-
is going on, dude?
I
Yeah.
saw E-League.
Yeah,
I saw
hold on,
E-League
hold
go.
So you definitely have not watched this then. If you don't watch like tournaments, there's no way
I
you're
do
watching Ultra
sometimes.
Gen TV. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
I do. Yeah, I do. I be seeing James on here, getting kind of salty on rank and stuff sometimes.
No, but
Oh,
that's
okay,
but
okay.
that's Jay
On the-
Chensor.
he's seen the
That's-
stream then. He's
That's
seen your
different.
stream,
That's
okay.
not the Ultra Chen
Yeah.
stream though.
Yeah.
That's just Jay Chensor.
I still
stream.
support it though.
See, Matt,
Well,
I'll give
I
him credit.
appreciate
Yep,
that.
I'll give him credit.
Okay, you're a nice
As
guy.
soon as he said James Chen salty, I knew he's watched it before.
Yeah.
That's evidence enough.
Yeah.
I was like, he's seen it.
Okay, cool.
I like that. That's the situation. Oh man, he gets salty. I'm like,
I feel
okay.
like that's the most generic thing. When James Chen plays Cammy and he gets salty, thanks for narrowing it down.
Every
Anybody
time.
I
in media for
totally
the
watched
last
that
10
stream with
years.
Sejam where he was touching his hair all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've seen that
Yeah. You touched your hair a lot. Oh yeah, okay, I saw that one.
It wasn't E-League.
I see
you were-
clips
it was a-
on
there was a
Twitter, that's
roadblock
about
up
it.
there.
Yeah, it was a dangerous.
There you
My hands were
Yeah,
like.
so I kind of say I do watch.
What,
I
did
see
you
some
actually
clips
try
on
to
Twitter.
hold back on that?
No, I didn't touch my hair when there was product in it.
Oh, they
Yeah, I
had to
just
put
didn't touch
product in it.
No, I mean,
Oh, yeah, no,
they
you
did
can
one
see it.
time.
There was a-
Yeah,
But then
okay.
the other 2 times they didn't.
There was a flood wall up there.
It was
Had to
crazy.
break the levee down, and
It was like the Brent is cool up there. I was like, man, look at this
It
thing.
was like the Brent is cool upstairs.
Oh, man, okay.
playing some Led Zeppelin while you're getting the stuff out of here.
It was
The levee's gonna
terrible.
break.
You know how long it took?
I can only imagine, sir.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
You
quick.
take a
actually.
shower and you're good.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to lose weight about to fall down here.
Oh,
Damn, you're sweating it up in here. It is very warm.
It is warm in here.
I,
it is warm in
I
here.
get hot just naturally, even if it's a cold weather.
Well, I mean, look, you
A hoodie on.
have to wear this hoodie where you're secreting all these things in there. So
Yeah, how did you snuck that in there and
Yeah.
everything else?
you have to wear?
When we go
the
to the
hoodie.
movies,
What else do you have?
You're
in there?
wearing
Is
this
my
hoodie. Like once we go see movies, this is the hoodie you need to wear.
No, that's the only thing I got in here. That was it.
That's
All
something
right,
I'll
we'll see.
say.
We'll see. Yeah. Anything else to talk about when it comes to E-League?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Cool. Anyway, a lot of good stuff happened this past weekend in terms of video games.
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I just want to talk to Marcus a little bit about the Midwest FGC, just kind of find out more about it, because a lot of people don't. It's always all NLBC and Wednesday night fights in NorCal, and now thanks to Knuckle Dew, Florida. So like, let's talk a little bit about the Midwest FGC when we come back. So, okay, be right back, guys.
Yeah, we like underground.